Jim Cramer's here answering your questions from social media. Jim, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is now a good time to indulge in buying a sin stock like Philip Morris?
Well, look, James Passery has done this unbelievable work on sin stocks and how they've outperformed dramatically the rest of the market this year. And I think the momentum's going to go and continue. Now, I'm not a big tobacco fan, but the stocks, PM and Altria, they have done incredibly well. My favorite sin stock is Constellation. Really fabulous note out today from research saying, listen, they've gotten wine right, they've gotten beer right, we know that, they've gotten tequila right. A very important piece of all places in New Yorker about mezcal and how that is something that I feel that is going to be the next, it's like the single malt scotches. I think Constellation is going to do something there, perhaps adding on to what is already a pretty good Casa Noble franchise. So yes, the sin stocks are right. I am never going to commit to just saying, listen, go buy a tobacco stock, because I just don't want to do that, but I see they're going higher.
All right, Jim. How about Williams Partners?
Okay, Williams Partners is very complicated because I personally believe that these master limited partnerships have become much too hard to fathom. But as oil goes up, everything goes up. It's a rising tide lifting all boats. ETP, ETE, Williams combining, very convoluted story. There were massive sellers of the MLPs. They seem to have gone away as oil went from 26 to 40, but I'm not going to recommend WPC.
How about Southwest Airlines?
We're going to hear from Delta tomorrow. Southwest Airlines is the single best one. They managed to make money throughout the big downturn. If Delta says anything positive, Southwest is going to pop.
Caterpillar.
I'm surprised. Caterpillar, United Technologies, okay. Alcoa, by the way, now back to above where it was when they reported. You're seeing these stocks, Honeywell, Ingersoll Rand, all run. These are Chinese plays. Now, at the top of the coal super cycle, so to speak, remember, Caterpillar bought Bucyrus. That has really set them back. That's a coal mining equipment company like Joy. And I feel like the Caterpillar, a lot of people wanted to be short Caterpillar on real money. It's been a painful short. Do I want to buy it at 77? Yes.
Future thoughts on Amazon?
All right, Amazon, I think, I'm giving a talk for Bucknell, doing some work there to try to help their campaign, but also just informational. And I'm struggling with Amazon because Amazon, I think, is in a spending cycle right now, meaning they're not going to necessarily show the earnings growth that you might want. But I'm going to point out that Bob Peck, my favorite internet analyst, who is from SunTrust, used a $100 billion valuation for just their Amazon Web Services. That makes me feel good on a pullback. Buy some now and then the rest on a pullback.
How about Kroger? Do you buy that now or wait?
Kroger's kind of lost its mojo, and I think that that's probably a mistake to sell it. I do, by the way, like Whole Foods. I think, notice the stock has bottomed at 30. They continue to do a buyback here. I prefer Whole Foods at this price than I do Kroger.
Ryder System.
Ryder System came on Mad Money, and they told a pretty good story about logistics, and then the stock just deflated. If I'm going to be in logistics, I'm going to be in UPS.
Big week for banking stocks. What about Citi?
All right, Citi, they did well in the Living Will study. I mean, there they had the best of the majors. That's a tribute to Mike Corbat. Michael Corbat came in as CEO, and he has just radically changed the culture. He's raised the profile of trading, but he's also done a huge amount of global business. He's gotten out of a lot of bad businesses. Congratulations to Michael Corbat for getting the best vote in the Living Will conundrum, because suddenly it just appeared on earnings time. Thanks for nothing, FDIC.
Your latest thoughts on Pfizer?
All right, Pfizer walked away from Allergan. Allergan, Action Alert's name, and we've said it's going to go lower. We're trying to pick at it on the way down. I think at a certain point, Allergan, by the way, I mean, it's be worth half. At 180, half of what Pfizer's willing to pay. When they walked away, people loved that. They hated the fact that for Allergan, remember, Allergan's going to get the Teva money. When they get the Teva money, it's going to have a clean balance sheet, and it'll be worth half of what Pfizer was going to pay. But obviously, people hate Allergan now, and there's a short story list out there about all the things that are doing badly. I continue to think that Allergan is worth something. That looks like it's kind of an anomaly. And what made me think that is that Pfizer, even just without taxes, would probably want to be interested here now, but they're not going to go. Allergan's going to keep going lower. I've said that. We said it in our note yesterday, Action Alerts. We don't know when it's going to bottom, but we do know that at a certain point, if it's valued at 60, 70 billion, which is like hard to believe, and it gets $40 billion in cash from Teva, I mean, is it really worth that little? I don't know. But Pfizer acts great since they walked away.
How about Cliffs Natural Resources? Any thoughts there?
I like the iron plays right now, but I like BHP and I like Rio. I think Cliffs Natural continues to have a very weakened balance sheet, so I'm not going to recommend a stressed out stock. If you want to see the stressed out stocks, Real Money has a great index. It's really a lot of fun.
Another name from Mad Money, actually, Sirius.
A serious satellite, people have to recognize this is a play on cars. both new and used. And when you see a lot of cars being sold, we have a remarkable number of cars being sold, then you want to own Sirius. Now, I am worried about AutoNation and CarMax. Those stocks not doing well, but Sirius, look, auto sales good, Sirius good.
Jim, love what you do, first of all. Second, just finished chapter 18 of Confessions, and I love that. How about integrated device technologies and Skyworks?
I mean, it seemed like that there was like this bogus bid for IDTI. I think it's worth more than it's selling for, but they missed the quarter badly. Skyworks, David Aldrich's doing a fantastic job, but the stock is levered to Apple. I don't mind that, by the way, but people felt like when they tried to do a takeover bid, maybe there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with Skyworks. Skyworks is absolutely terrific, but the one that I'm most favorable for, and the one I'm really inclined to buy is Broadcom. That's the old Avago. Hawk Tan doing a great job. 52-week high, 52-week high.
What's up with Harman? It's had a rough ride.
You know, Harman, look, people are talking about internet car security. I mean, internet car security is owned by Harman. They own that business. Now, Harman is very, you're absolutely right, it's had a rough ride. And Harman is down in part because they have very bad dollar exposure, bad Russia exposure. As the dollar goes higher, I probably want to take another look at Harman.
All right, we've covered a lot of stocks.
Sure.
Jim Cramer, thanks so much for your advice. Remember, send your questions to Jim on his Facebook page or on Twitter. Use #CramerQ. I'm Rhonda Shapler for The Street.